don't snakes. Esto es serpiente. ¿Me escucha?
¿Se escucha bien?
Tengo lepra.
My snake is solid!
Gracias. All right. Lo siento, pero mi español es muy malo.
Las preguntas, por favor, chicas, en inglés para que alguien pueda entender. Yo puedo hacer la transcripción, pero lo ideal es que también se pudiesen colaborar con eso. Bueno, vamos a partir con una faceta que quizás todas las personas conocen de David, que es su faceta como guionista. Él ha sido guionista de varias películas. ¿Sí? ¿Todos acá? Bueno, hay una diferencia grande entre ser, obviamente,
Right. Excellent. So thank you, Hayter. Gracias.
Sí, así que estoy un poquito trancado.
Can I do?
So, what's the difference between being the character, the main character in a video game, and being the guy who creates the characters for a film? I don't know, Scorpion King, or making the
X-Men or Scorpion King.
Yeah, making the translate from the comic on Watchmen to the writing and then to the script. What's the difference between being the character and writing?
Do you want to say that in Spanish? Okay.
La diferencia entre ser un personaje, en el caso de Metal Gear, y lo que tan diferente es de escribir un personaje como en estas películas de las que acabo de mencionar.
Es difícil, es muy diferente, pero yo no sé qué. It's to play the character, to act the character, you just, you get handed a script and you have to figure out who the person is, what the emotion is behind the character. And then to write it is very, very different. To write it, you have to create the world, all of the characters, the dialogue. So I would say that to write it is more work. It just feels like work, and to act it is more fun. It's more just you're living it, and it's still work, but it's a lot more fun to do.
Okay. Lo que dice es que, claro, hay una gran diferencia entre lo que es ser el personaje. Es mucho más divertido ser el personaje, pero quizás de la misma manera el crear un personaje es meterse dentro del mundo de él, y es como una forma más avanzada de esto, ¿no? Yo creo que obviamente todo como estamos muy You're distracted. Can I have some water? You're the star and they didn't give me anything to me, so there you go, my friend. So
¿Uno más?
después. So, to be in character, starting with the video game part, how is to go inside the mind of a different character, not just a Snake, because you make the voice of a lot of characters in anime,
Yeah.
So, what's the process to be inside the mind of the character? Lo que estoy preguntando es cómo es adentrarse y prepararse para roles tan diferentes, entrar en lo que es la mente de un personaje. ¿Cuáles son sus desafíos en torno a eso?
Well, you read the script and you find out all the details of their life. You find out if they're strong, if they're afraid, if they're, angry, or crazy, and then you know, you just have to try to feel that and turn it into something that's unique, that's not yourself, and hopefully is interesting to the audience.
Lo que él comenta es que, claro, él tiene que sentir a través del personaje y tratar de alcanzar, obviamente yo no estoy trabajando un texto por si acaso, tratar de alcanzar a llegar hacia la audiencia, quizás está pasando desde su visión y poder interpretar de la manera correcta lo que está viviendo. So, talking about the psychology of the character, how is the mind of Snake? How is it to be inside this character at the first time? What's the goal?
Well, I'll tell you.
For you? ¿Cómo fue entrar en la mente de Snake? ¿Cómo su forma de prepararse y cuál era como su objetivo para poder interpretar a Snake por primera vez?
Well, I'll tell you how I came up with the voice of Snake. So, ¿vamos
Va a explicar cómo fue llegar al tono de voz de Snake. Yo creo que aquí tratan todos de contenerse, porque cuando habla como Snake es muy complejo.
So, when I first auditioned for Snake, I auditioned with this voice, with just, you know, how I sound. And I was young, I sounded like this. And then I got this script, and I realized that he was retired. He was older, he was a legend, he didn't want to come back, and I felt like he needed to sound older and rougher, and just from reading the script, I started to develop this voice, and it was pretty good. It seemed to work out. Everybody seemed to work out.
Porque comenta que para su primera audición él lo hizo con su voz normal, pero cuando se dio cuenta a través del guión de que Snake estaba retirado, que no quería volver, le dio este tono más duro, más rasposo, y finalmente fue lo que desembocó en el Snake que todos conocemos. I think the people want to hear a little more.
A little more, Snake? Well, listen. I'm afraid that the reality is no match for the legend. I'm no hero. Never was. Never will be. I'm just an old killer hired to do some wet work.
Creo que no es necesaria una traducción, ¿cierto? Besides the preparation of the voice, there was another challenge to you to get to the Snake. Le pregunto que si además de la voz, de llegar a la voz de Snake, si es que tuvo algún tipo de desafío o tuvo algún tipo de, no sé si dificultad para poder entrar en el personaje.
I think you were talking.
You keep shooting
I know you were. I'm just, you know. Well, another challenge was that the dialogue was very strange. Some of the things I had to say, I was like, I don't understand this, and they were like, just say it. So that was good.
Actually, I still don't understand it.
I don't understand.
I still don't understand about it.
Yeah, some of it is a little strange.
Lo que él comenta es que los diálogos le parecieron extraños, pero al final se dejó llevar y al final terminó aquí en lo que todos conocemos. También le pregunté sobre el diálogo del Lale y Lulu, entre otros, porque igual es extraño.
Lale Lulu. Yeah, I know. I think it's the nano machines.
So, keeping on the Snake's mind on the character, how is to make the character keeps getting older, to grow with the character, to start with this idea on the first game and then advance and make it and share this with your fans, because the people grow. I started to play that at 3 years.
Yeah.
And I keep different parts of my life will be, I don't know, marked with the release of different games.
Sure,
But
me too.
How is that for you? Let me do the translation to Le pregunto es cómo es hacer crecer a un personaje y hacer envejecer a un personaje y él a la vez envejecer y crecer junto a ese personaje, que también yo lo expuse a través de mi experiencia personal, que yo el primer juego lo jugué cerca de los 13 años y también fui creciendo con los diferentes lanzamientos del juego y creo que es algo que les ha pasado a todos ustedes mucho. Yo creo que aprendieron cosas a través del juego. Yo aprendí lecciones de historia que hasta el día de hoy no se me olvidan gracias a la y que quedaron en mi cabeza gracias a Snake. Así que esa es la pregunta.
When we made the first game, I knew that it was going to be a big game. I knew that they were trying to do something very special and huge. I did not know that I would be talking about it 25 years later.
No, I think they understand.
Okay.
No sabía que serían 25 años haciendo las fotos.
And then, we made a number of games. I did 9 games, and it was really amazing to be able to play him in different arenas, to be able to play Big Boss and Naked Snake, and older Big Boss, and then aging Solid Snake, Old Snake. I know. You develop such close feelings for the character, and it just becomes like a real thing that you went through. And then you meet kids who started playing Metal Gear very young and then grew up doing it. And I meet them, I'll meet them at one point, and then 7 years later I'll meet them again, and people's lives change. It's really, it's an amazing privilege to play this role and to meet all of you, and it's very cool.
Lo que me comenta es que, claro, trabajó los nuevos y fue para él asombroso y muy importante pasar e ir cambiando e ir avanzando los sentimientos del personaje y también ver el proceso de niños que comenzaron jugando a temprana edad y que crecieron y que después 7 años después, I think you mentioned 7 years later.
Yeah. Or just, or you meet people 12 years later, or
claro,
people grow up with you.
Y que se siente privilegiado de también poder tener ese tipo de experiencias, que creo que no todos las podemos llevar a cabo en la vida y me imagino que es algo que marca de una manera muy positiva. So, you mentioned keyword. You mentioned Big Boss. So,
Big Boss.
Yeah. So, what's the difference for you in your mind between Solid Snake and Big Boss? I think it's more like a Solid Snake versus Big Boss.
It's a little complicated, so... Yeah, please.
Lo que le pregunto para mantenernos dentro del tema de hacer avanzar los personajes. The people's not paying attention to what I'm talking. I literally dying right here, right now, and you're. So, la diferencia para él entre Solid Snake y Big Boss, quizás cómo es este Solid Snake versus Big Boss, pero dentro de su cabeza.
So, 3 parts, so I'll give you each part, and you can translate.
I don't have much paper, but...
No?
Or maybe get this paper to make it.
Más papier? Is that how you say it? I don't know. Okay, cool. When I forget my Spanish, I drop in a French. To play Solid Snake, like I said, he's been down a long road. He's already a legend, but he's a genuinely good man. Like, he really cares about people. He cares about saving people and so on and so forth. But he's kind of beat up. So that's Solid Snake. You want to tell them that?
Lo que él comenta es que, claro, comenzar con Solid Snake, él ya como personaje dentro de la cronología de los lanzamientos, no dentro de la cronología de los juegos, él ya era una leyenda. Y lo que marca quizás de esa manera a Solid es que él era es un buen hombre. Y creo que ahora viene la explicación de la otra parte. The other part is.
Yeah, so then in Snake Eater, that's Big Boss. Yeah, Snake Eater's pretty good. Right there, baby. Right? Qué bonita.
Actually, the guy who made it is here. I don't know if it's somebody. There is the two artists.
Well, hey, you're pretty good. So in Snake Eater, he's Big Boss, but he's not Big Boss yet. He's young, he's not beaten up like Solid Snake, he's fresh, you know? And so if Solid Snake was here, then Big Boss was here, or Naked Snake was here, younger and fired up and ready to fight and ready to go out and take out the world. He hadn't lost his eye yet, he hadn't been betrayed by the boss.
Lo que él comenta es que, claro, la diferencia es que, si bien en el Metal Gear 3, que es el mejor juego de la saga, después de Peaceful, claro, Snake en ese momento, o sea, el Big Boss en ese momento todavía no era el Big Boss, pero tiene ese ímpetu y esa ganas de tomar el mundo por asalto, que obviamente se enfocó en lo que todos conocen en la historia, y si no lo conocen, por favor, vayan a jugar.
So then, in Peace Walker, that's older Big Boss, and by then he's kind of a bad guy. He's done some bad things, and he's older, and he's bitterer, and he's sort of harder than any of them, you know. So if this is Solid Snake, and he's sort of here, and this is Naked Snake. He's excited, he's fired up, and then this is Big Boss. Kaz, we can't do this, you know, it's that. And then finally,
claro, lo que él comenta es que en Peace Walker ya el Big Boss empieza ya a genuinamente hacer cosas malas, ya se siente mucho más empoderado con esta visión y esta ambición que tiene, y creo que eso también nos sirve para vincularlo con algo que le voy a preguntar a continuación.
no especial, I'm telling you, you're doing a great job. It's true.
Lo voy a comentar en español primero. Quizás esta es una pregunta un poco polémica, o quizás puede dar pero el cambio que tiene Big Boss durante Peace Walker finalmente desemboca en la idea de generar esta nación de soldados sin fronteras, eventualmente. Llegar a la Mother Race en su punto específico en el 5, pero le voy a preguntar si usted considera que todo ese desarrollo sociopolítico quizás es muy parecido a lo que nos toca vivir, y cómo él a través de Snake puede sentir eso o vivir a través de eso. So, the thing is,
I have nothing to do while you're speaking Spanish, so.
At the end of this work, there's this dialogue. We are like soldiers with no nation.
We are soldiers without borders. What's that?
We fight because we live.
We are defined by the era we live in. We fight because we are needed.
We forsake our countries.
We forsake our countries.
So the question is, do you think all of this, living all of this process in the mind of the character, do you think that socio-political thing right now it's similar?
Yeah, I think. What, do you want to tell them what he said?
He said, yeah.
Not what I said.
No, I made a question. It's in Spanish, yeah.
Yeah. The amazing thing about these games is that, you know, Hideo Kojima, he...
Wait. Do you want Hideo Kojima on the next Gamercity?
Although he won't talk as much as me. He's a quiet person. Yeah, in each game, Hideo Kojima predicted, or at least, you know, anticipated different aspects of our world. You know, nanomachines, private military companies, genetic manipulation. So, yeah, I mean, they reflect our times because Kojima could see where we were going and really made an effort to put that truth into each game.
War has changed.
War has changed. Well, I mean, yes, Metal Gear 4, we have privatized military companies like Blackwater or whatever, and we also have guns that only respond to your fingerprint or read your ID guns, read your face. So all of this was predicted in 2009 in Metal Gear 4.
Yeah. Lo que él comenta es que de cierta manera.
Liquid!
Kojima predijo todo lo que estaba pasando en la actualidad. De hecho, él incluso tuvo la terrible predicción de lo que pasó con la pandemia. Pero fue una coincidencia horrible. Pero también cuando salió Metal Gear 4, él predijo todo lo que estaba pasando en torno como a las nanomachines. Refleja la actualidad que nos toca vivir a nosotros. El tema de las milicias privadas, de las armas con reconocimiento de IP, y también parte de lo que nosotros estamos viviendo ahora con esta revolución en torno a lo que es la... You keep killing the people. Don't shoot the people. Okay. Y también yo creo que también lo que nos está pasando ahora, todos estamos aprendiendo de la inteligencia artificial. Y eso ya está en el juego y está aplicado, así que... So, about the... Sorry, kind of busy now. Yeah,
It's like schoolwork.
It's awful. Very trying to do.
No, you're killing it. You're killing it.
So there were some hard feelings when you watch all these changes, all this prediction. You say, oh, because there's no happy situations, you know.
Yeah.
There was some sad feelings on you that going on your mind with you after the years, and you say, oh, I knew about all the things, all these futuristic things a lot of years before.
Yeah.
How was that feeling that for you? Let me do the translation.
Yeah.
Lo que le comento es cómo él fue, los sentimientos para cómo se sintió después de muchos años atrás haber tenido como esta predicción en la idea del juego, en la historia del juego, cómo le afectó eso a él en su estado de ánimo. Si es que se sintió triste, porque en realidad la guerra es algo terrible. También, como estuvo adelantado en los juegos, ¿cómo se siente respecto a eso?
Well, yeah, I'm sad for the world as a hard time and things have gotten difficult. I don't think it's any harder for me because I was in the video games, but it's hard because I pay attention and I want the world to have peace, and I want people to all get along, and I hope that we can get to that point. I think it's a matter of human beings getting used to the internet, getting used to technology, and rediscovering their humanity. And hopefully, maybe that's what the next Metal Gear game should be about. No, that's not a rumor. That's just a hope.
Lo que él comenta es que, claro, que para él no fue difícil, no fue triste porque él encarnaba un personaje que tenía que vivir este tipo de cosas, sino porque...
Colonel. He's got it.
Un aplauso para Juan Snake.
Y por todos el Snake serpientes y mero. Fantástico.
Que no fue difícil para él entrar dentro de o sea, no es triste porque el personaje tuvo que vivir cosas tristes, sino por la realidad actual del mundo, y que obviamente lo que él espera y desea es que haya paz y no sucedan estas cosas terribles que están pasando. But when I ask
Muy triste. Sorry, go ahead.
when I ask something that people react like, ooh, can we talk about Konami?
Sure.
It's no problem with that.
No, I don't know. Depends on what you want to know.
What was for you the decision? Do you know what decision I'm talking about?
What, for Metal Gear 5?
Yeah.
I don't think that wasn't Konami's decision.
Tengo que traducir o se entendió. So,
Whose decision was it
but
then?
for this. So for the Snake and the David getting older with all these games, it was difficult, it's hard, or it was like literally a professional thing?
I'm sorry, what was difficult? You mean getting replaced?
Getting replaced.
Qué lástima.
How did David who make the same the David who get older with the character, it was difficult. More in the inner you, it was difficult, it was sad.
What, playing the character?
Let me translate. Le pregunto si que para el David que hablamos antes, ese David que envejeció junto al personaje, si es que fue difícil o triste el tema del reemplazo, del cambio de voz. So,
I don't understand. You mean just
for you.
playing the games, progressing with the games, or not?
No.
Yeah,
For you, for the David you mentioned before, the David getting older
Yeah.
with the game. This was difficult, it was hard, or it just was something like professional thing, okay, it's cool, it's no problem.
No, actually, I mean, well, I didn't like getting replaced, but I would play Snake forever if I could. Yeah, well, sure. But to play those games, to play those parts in those games was the most amazing. I mean, it's the signature character of my life, and I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I love doing it now in front of everybody, and I love you. And no, it was pretty much a pure joy to be a part of the whole thing. I mean, I wish it would go on, but that's Hollywood, you know. Eventually, jobs end and you move on to other things.
We'll always be the same for all of us.
Claro que para él fue el personaje de su vida, el que lo ha acompañado durante su vida y que, claro, ama hacer esto hasta el día de hoy delante de ustedes. Que le hubiese gustado seguir con el personaje, pero bueno, fue una decisión porque así es Hollywood, así es el business y bueno, la vida continúa. Y I think that we will close the conversation between us and we start to asking some questions.
Preguntas.
But I have a final question.
Oh, final question. Okay. Finalmente.
La voy a hacer en inglés y yo creo que todos la van a entender de necesario. There's a lot of rumors about a remake of Metal Gear 3.
Wow.
With you boys.
Mm.
Hey, what you can say about it? We are going to translate.
Edgar.
Hay muchos rumores respecto a un remake de Metal Gear 3 y su participación en este proyecto. Así que veamos qué nos dice. So,
Well, lo siento, pero no habla inglés. Ay, Dios mío.
so just right
No,
now.
es todo, yo no sé, quién sabe.
Un aplauso más grande, por favor. ¿Qué les ha parecido este momento y conversar de esta manera? Vamos a comenzar con las preguntas. El formato va a ser, le pasan el micrófono, mencionan si que son de algún medio y formulan la pregunta, por favor, si se puede en inglés.
Mr. Hayter,
Sí.
we are Cass and Furan from Nodo. You already met.
Yes, I did. Nice to see you.
First of all, playing the games when I was little and now getting to talk to you right now is what the actual F.
Sure.
We certainly live in a simulation confirmed. So my question is actually a three-parter.
Okay.
Okay, so first of all, in this hypothetical scenario where you would be 100% in charge of a potential Metal Gear movie,
Yeah.
who would you cast as Solid Snake? Where in the Metal Gear timeline would you put your version of the movie? And last part, and I apologize, but I was asked to ask you this. Would you, in any capacity, involve Kojima?
Can you ¿puedes repetirla pero en español?
En español le pregunté una pregunta de tres partes. En un caso hipotético en donde una película de Metal Gear estuviera 100% a cargo de él, ¿a quién elegiría como Solid Snake? ¿En qué parte de la línea temporal haría su película? Y si en cualquier capacidad involucraría a Kojima.
Okay. If I was in charge. Okay, first of all, it's not going to happen. I mean, maybe, but that's a long shot. So, you get it, snakes. All right. If I was going to cast Snake, ideally, I would probably make it animated and I would play it myself.
Claro que eso no va a pasar, porque no quería que pase, pero en el hipotético caso, que si fueran a castear a una persona, bueno, yo creo que entendieron que él asumiría.
Chris Pratt is already Mario. However, I do love my old friend Hugh Jackman. I would love to see that. I love Oscar Isaac. I think he'd be amazing. So I think those are really good choices.
Yeah, what about Pedro Pascal?
Pedro Pascal. Yo amo Pedro Pascal. He's pretty damn good. What time period? I can't say because it might happen. So I don't want to say what I would do story-wise. Would I involve Kojima? I don't think I would have a choice. I think he's attached no matter what. Yes, I would. Of course.
Bueno, lo que comenta en sus decisiones como actores sería Hugh Jackman, Oscar Isaac y por supuesto Pedrito. Sobre el periodo donde debería estar ambientado o al que él le gustaría, en realidad no sabe cuál, depende de otros factores, y que no cree que se puede desligar de incluir a Hideo Kojima dentro de esta hipotética adaptación. Pero es algo que yo creo que todos nos gustaría ver, aunque sea algo hipotético, sería genial. It's something that we would love to see, even if they are hypothetical.
I would love to, write the movie. We talked about it in 2006, and it never happened. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Write to Sony and tell them you want me to write the movie. Send it to Tom Rothman at Sony, because he'll make the decision. And Tom Rothman, who runs Sony, I wrote X-Men 1 and X-Men 2 for him. So.
Hey, David.
Hey, hola.
My name is Chris. I want to ask you about Kojima once again.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's pretty interesting to me. Your reactions to Kojima doesn't seem that, I don't know, I don't want to say sarcastic or something like that.
Okay.
What's going on there? I'm kind of just curious, like personally, how was working with him, and do you keep in touch with him, or what do you think about him now?
En español, Chris.
Le pregunto, me parece extraña un poco su actitud cuando menciona a Kojima, como que no sé si hay cierto sarcasmo, qué sé yo, y le pregunto qué opina, cómo fue trabajar con él y qué opina de él ahora.
Well, okay, so people ask me, what was it like to work with Kojima? I say, I have no idea. Okay, so when we made the English, Kojima works on the Japanese version. The English language version is directed by Chris Zimmerman. She did every single one, including Phantom Pain. So I barely know Kojima. I've met him like 3 times. We've barely spoken. So I don't know him at all. I don't think it was well handled the way that I was replaced. Nobody called me, nobody explained it to me. I think that's not right. But at the same time, like I say, it's a Hollywood job. It comes to an end, and that happens. So I don't sit around being mad about it. I don't, sit around thinking about Kojima. But again, I barely know the man, so that's what I got.
Lo que comenta sobre cómo es trabajar con Hideo Kojima, que no tiene idea, porque la dirección en inglés la hizo otra persona, no es de Kojima, pero de hecho cree que han hablado en persona 3 veces, o sea, no es muy cercano, no tiene esa cercanía con él. Claro, no le gustó la forma.
I keep not looking at these guys.
No le gustó cómo lo sacaron, pero tal como lo había dicho antes, finalmente es Hollywood y esa es una decisión que es más común de lo que uno cree y es cosas que pasan. No te escucho. ¿Soy sordo? pero formula la pregunta que
Hi, my name is Mario. From where came the decision to change the voice? Hi, my name is Mario. From where came the decision? ¿De dónde vino la decisión de cambiar la voz de Snake en el último juego?
I don't know. No one ever told me, but I would assume it comes from Kojima. You know, nobody else can make that decision. So.
Dice que no sabe de dónde vino la decisión del cambio de voz, pero obviamente él asume que fue Kojima.
Now, but again, that was.
Now the people thinking that you hate Kojima.
No, I don't hate Kojima at all. It was 14 years ago. Like people are like, "Are you mad?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not mad. It's okay."
Dice que no odia a Kojima, para que tengan el titular en las notas, que no odia a Kojima porque eso ya fue hace 14 años. Vamos a pasar a otra pregunta. Can you pick one?
I need it. Right here. Over here.
How about that guy? He's so excited.
Hi David, thank you for being with us first of all. And I want to ask you this question. What was it like to work with the other voice actors of the game? Because anything better than seeing you here is seeing you with them. It would be awesome. But what was it like to work with Patrick, Superman,
Right.
with Christopher, all the other? Do you have any funny moments with them when we were doing?
Sure.
¿Puedes formular
What can you tell us about it? Me estoy preguntando qué se sintió trabajar con el resto de los actores de voz con los que trabajó, el que hizo Otto, el que hizo el coronel Campbell, entonces, no sé, para ver si tienen alguna anécdota con ellos, que pueda recorrer para conocer.
I love working with all those actors. Many of them are very, very good friends of mine still. So Paul Eiding, the Colonel, Otacon, Naomi, Mei Ling, Sniper Wolf. I'm friends. I'm very close with all of them, and they're some of the best voice actors in the world. And in fact, when Christopher Randolph, who plays Otacon, so when he calls me or I call him, it's always Otacon. And he's like, Snake! And that's every single time we do it. Same with Sniper Wolf, same with the Colonel. Colonel, how are you? And so yeah, I love them all very, very much. And it's very nice when I get to do these shows with them, it's really great. So I'd love to come back and bring the whole crew. So.
Que son amigos hasta el día de hoy, incluso cuando se llaman por teléfono se refieren a ellos como sus personajes y hablan como sus personajes. Bueno, ya lo estoy escuchando todos. Otra pregunta.
Hi David.
Okay.
My name is Diego. First of all, thank you for playing Bernie in Gundam 0080.
Thank you.
That series is very near and dear to my heart. And well, I actually have like a more journalist. I was wondering about about the rise of AI voices and ChatGPT, and well, it's getting very, very popular right now. Creating new videos or new content with the voices of famous celebrities and whatnot. And I wanted to know about your opinion about the use of this technology and the dangers that it may cause to voice actors in the industry. ¿Lo digo en español? Sí, por favor. Sí. Básicamente está preguntando sobre la inteligencia artificial, los videos que han estado saliendo durante este año de imitaciones de otras voces, de gente famosa, y básicamente cuál es su visión respecto a este escenario y que si existen algunos peligros para tanto él como actor de doblaje o como sus pares.
That's a good question.
It's a very good question. So I tried the Chat GPT as a writer. Like I'm writing a movie, so I said, well, I put in the log line of my movie, and it turned out the worst, lamest writing you could possibly imagine. It just, it just repeats what it's learned from the internet, and it'll get better. But first of all, I think it would be highly unethical to use my voice and not hire me to do it. That's not right. And second of all, there are thousands of subtle things that I do for each performance to make it not just make Snake tough, but to make him have heart and to make him feel lost. And there are all these things that I can do that I don't think the computer will be able to do as deftly. It can sound like me, but it's never going to give you the same textured performance. It's like when you listen to, like they do President Biden. It's his voice, but it's like, it doesn't have the energy, the personality of who he is, right? So yeah, I mean, to use it as a joke and say, oh, here's Solid Snake saying, squeeze my hog, or I'm dummy thick, or I think that's really fun, but to replace voice actors, I think it's unethical, and I think it won't be as good.
Incluyendo las peores líneas posibles, pero cree que es un poco difícil que una inteligencia artificial pueda llegar a imitar su voz, porque él incluye y hace mil cosas para que Snake tenga no solamente esa voz, sino que también un corazón, y un computador jamás va a poder como darle esa textura a la voz de un personaje. Y obviamente no considera ético el uso de este tipo de herramientas, pero lo bueno es que tenemos todas las texturas que él también está explicando. So, do you think that we go with 2 questions more? ¿Alguien más?
I don't want to choose this too much pressure. I do.
Okay, I want to ask about your writer side more.
Okay.
What are the biggest hurdles for you, and how do you overcome that? What do you do with writer's block?
It's a good question.
Español. Mi pregunta era más sobre el lado de escritor de David. ¿Cuáles son los obstáculos más grandes que tiene de escribir? ¿Cómo los sobrepasa? ¿Y qué hace cuando tiene bloqueo?
Well, some of the biggest challenges are continuing to work for 25 years and making enough money to pay for my house and all those things, it's really just pursuing movie after movie or TV show after TV shows. It's very exhausting, and most of them don't get made. As far as writer's block goes, I don't have time for writer's block. If I've been hired to do something, I have to deliver a script in 8 weeks, like a full movie script from the time they commence it. So I can't wait. So if I'm stuck and I don't know what's coming next, I write out longhand where I'm at, what the problem is, and I'm like, he's got to do this, he's got this problem, why can't I solve this? And then I just write, and eventually your brain just says, it's this, dummy, it's like, the answers will come to you. So the key to writer's block is not letting it stop you. You know, not saying to yourself, "Oh, I'll never figure it out." You'll figure it out. Your brain has already figured it out. Your subconscious. So you just have to access that. If that makes sense.
La parte del escritor dice que él no tiene tiempo para tener bloqueos porque tiene plazos específicos de entrega de los guiones. Yo menciono un caso de 8 semanas. Pero cuando él no sabe cómo seguir con este bloqueo, cuando no sabe cómo continuar con la idea, lo escribe y intenta resolverlo y finalmente la respuesta llega sola. Y al final el como dice, como la clave, que en realidad suena muy simple, pero a la vez muy complejo, es no dejar que el bloqueo te afecte, porque hay diferentes. Hay mucho, incluso tomando un poquito yo la palabra, muchos consejos en torno a eso, pero creo que, y coincido también con David, que la forma más sencilla y más fácil es no dejar que el bloqueo afecte en realidad lo que amas hacer o en realidad lo que tienes que hacer como trabajo. Así que vamos con una última pregunta. Hacer el micrófono a la persona.
Well, first of all, thank you for being part of our lives.
Un aplauso, por favor.
It's my honor, really. It's so lovely to meet all of you and so appreciate you.
Second, I don't know if you know something about Chile, or are you going to travel and know something here and come back maybe? I don't know. And another thing is what I need to do to work with you. And I know there is a video that you are screaming, "Blackbird!" I don't know if you can scream to us.
En español, por favor, repítela.
Primero, gracias por ser parte de nuestra vida. Lo otro es, no sé si conoce algo de Chile o si va a viajar después de esto. Y si es que va a volver y qué puedo hacer para trabajar con él. Y además, si es que nos puede gritar.
First of all, I don't know if I'm saying this correctly. Yo amo Chile. I just got here day before yesterday, but it's amazing. I mean, all of you people, everybody's been so nice. Food is so good. The city is beautiful. I'm going to stay for the next week. And yeah, so my wife and I, I'm not telling you where. My wife and I are going to go take a vacation in the mountains at a resort spa where you can take a bath in red wine. I don't know why. But yeah, I'm renting a car and I'm going to drive through Santiago. It's peligroso. Yeah, thank you. So we're gonna see some of the countryside, and then I'm gonna come back, spend another night in Santiago, and then we'll fly home. I would love to come back. This is my very first time in South America, so we're so excited. I'm so excited. I've traveled all over the world. I've been to so many places, and this is my first time here. So I would come back anytime they ask me. And as far as your second question,
si bien llegó hace poco, la gente ha sido muy buena con él, le gustó la comida, y que se va a quedar una semana junto a su señora, van a estar en un resort en la cordillera, que va a alcanzar a volver una noche más a Santiago, y que claro, es su primera vez en Sudamérica, que ha estado en muchas otras partes del mundo, pero es la primera vez que viene a Sudamérica, así que espera volver pronto. Así que, para cerrar, muchas gracias a todos los presentes, muchas gracias por asistir.
Thank you so much, Chile. You rock!
Muchas gracias, chicos. Espero que mañana tengan por ahí también.
And thank you, sorry, and thank you to Edgar for translating and hosting the meeting.
Así que muchas gracias, chicos. David Hayter. Un aplauso.